Hi, Aswat here, and for today's lessons, I'm gonna do some review on my own blog post. I know, my writing skill is not so good, but for today's lessons, I think I've got something to say about my blog post, and I do write it earlier this day, and in these lessons, I'm just gonna make it a review and state the important point in the post that I post earlier. Okay, let's get going. And in the first paragraph, I said that okay, first at all, I will show you the topic for the post, and the topic is about the autoresponders. And the specific way to say is the self-host autoresponder or the remote host autoresponder. Which one is better? And in my first paragraph, I do say that I face a problem choosing which one to use, whether the self-host or the remote host autoresponders. And for someone who doesn't know, self-host autoresponder is an email script that you host or you install in your own hosting, and the remote autoresponder is the third-party company who offers the service to host the email list. And in this matter, I have past experience using the self-host autoresponder, but the script that I use are cheap, or exactly to say it's free, but the installations I need someone to do it for me, and I just pay them around 20 bucks I think, and the script is installed in my share hosting. I do use it for sometimes for my local market, but I don't think I like it very much, and the interface are really bad, hard to use, and complicated. So then I do think that I need to change the autoresponder from self-host to the remote host autoresponder. But I heard that remote host autoresponder, the good one, really charge you a lot. They charge you based on your list, how much your list, and from that data they will use to charge you monthly. And that is why I avoid the remote host autoresponder in the first place. But when I know that self-host autoresponder is not reliable for me and hard to manage, also it consumed me lots of time, I went to the remote host autoresponder. Although the remote host autoresponder that I use for me is a good one at first, but there are some things that I do not like about. I do test a lot on autoresponders, and when I try sending the broadcast or the follow-up emails, mostly of the emails goes to my spam folder. That is why I hate the cheap remote host autoresponder. But I don't have a budget at that time, and I keep subscribing to this service, and I keep using it for I think for 3 to 4 months. But when you are not really happy with some service, you cannot hide your feeling. You will feel really frustrated, and when that time comes, you think that you need to make some change. And I start thinking like that. I try to change the autoresponder to the better service, and I heard Aweber GetResponse or MailChimp are very good. And then I went to the Aweber and I looked for the monthly charge. The Aweber basically charge for $1 at the first month and GetResponse, and now GetResponse didn't charge for the first month, and you got around 250 subscribers code that you can use. I do subscribe for Awebers at at $1 for the first month, and I go to the interface, but I see the interface is simple, but the broadcast email, we need to use the new editors that Aweber has introduced few weeks ago, and I do think that the new editor is really make it more complicated. I use HTML mails a lot, and the new editors require me to learn HTML and to write code to send the HTML email. Not only that, the HTML email that we send will be automatically censored when we receive it in our emails. That is why I did not agree for the new editors. I cannot revert it back because the account I was just registered not long time ago, and then I try to go to the second autoresponder, that is GetResponse. I register for GetResponse, use it a while, and I find that creating a form is really easy, and the global broadcast, also the follow-up message, can be written in the old editors. Also, GetResponse also provide new editors for the templates and any other drag and drop stuff, but I most prefer the old editors, the old HTML editors, and I use it and I'm really happy with it. And now the main autoresponder that I use is GetResponse. Okay, back for the post that I write. I do write that most of the marketers use the third-party service like Aweber and GetResponse, but the monthly charge really make you thinking twice before subscribing for their service. The monthly charge, the worst or the least that they charge is around $15 to $20 for GetResponse. You got $15 for 1,000 subscribers code, and for Aweber you got $20 for 500 subscriber code. And for newbies, there is lots of money, and I know if they subscribe in the first month, they will not get the subscribers that they think that they will get. It is not easy to get leads from the internet, and that is why newbies really think that autoresponder is not worth their time. Okay, why autoresponders is very important in our business? You see, even in any business, even in your offline business, autoresponders can be the turn-off point. Let's see if you build an offline business selling a formal code. I write it in my post, and I do want to express how do you gonna attract people to buy your product if you doesn't have an autoresponder service. If you cannot send the bulk emails, how did you gonna attract people to come to your shop? Of course, you can make flyer or any other kind of advertisements and patch it all around the place, but the action only creating a buzz around you, not really getting the customers to walk through your doors. So using autoresponders, you can make it much more personal. You can sending them an emails, basically a promotion emails, giving them values or reasons to come by at your shop. You can give them promotion code or offer them some service that the other place doesn't have, and that is the best way to get instant buyers for your product. And also I write about how to monetize autoresponders. The way that I do is always send good value to the customer and try to create a relations with them. Of course, I do often offer them time limit sales or the value sales that will give good value to them, and that is how I make full use of my autoresponder service. Okay, for someone who doesn't really care about remote host autoresponders, they really want to own their own list, and they think that owning their own list is absolute, and they doesn't want their business to be known or to be take care of for their to be take care by other company. You can do that, but you must know how to handle the self-host autoresponders. And remind yourself, self-host autoresponders really consume your times a lot. Your email also, I suppose, getting blacklisted by spam house, and most probably the email that you send will end in your customer spam folder. Also, you must remember that the self-host autoresponders are very expensive. If we compare the self-host autoresponders and the remote host autoresponders, the self-host autoresponders is very expensive at the front. You will need around $200 for AR script and also for the setup, but that doesn't include the hosting charge that you need. You need the dedicated hosting servers to host your autoresponder script. You will lose or you will get complaint, and your hosting will be shut down by the hosting company if you use the share hosting. The share hosting is for all, and if you use or if you install an autoresponder script in there, it will give loads to the servers and the servers will run slow. Most of the servers company or the hosting company will ban your account and they will shut you down. That is why I recommended Aweber or GetResponse for autoresponders, and they are very good for long term or for long time business. Although the monthly charge could make you think twice, or the monthly charge is a bit more pricey for the first at first, but I can assure you, if you know why you are building a list and why you need a list, you can cover the cost very easily, plus making you more money and also provide security to your business. I trusted GetResponse and Aweber to host my list, and I do believe they provide the best autoresponder service out of the world, in the world. So how about you? Still thinking using low budget to host your list? And I do think your opinion has changed after what I've told you about the self-host and the remote host autoresponders. And for this